stranger, Stephanie here with a new What's for Dinner video. This one, really cost-effective, budget-friendly meals, realistic for a very busy week. This is probably the most convenience items you'll ever see me use in one singular What's for Dinner video, but that was the kind of week it was, so let's get into it.
First up is some stuffed chicken. This I've had in the freezer for a while. I got this from Aldi. It was an impulse buy because I saw it while I was stuck in a long line waiting for the register to open up, and I thought they looked good. They're individually wrapped, so you could make just one. I made both and then took one for lunch to work the next day. So I did have leftovers from this. I also had leftovers of my mashed potatoes, so I did make a lot more mashed potatoes than I would normally make for just myself. I had a few potatoes to use up, and I knew I could get multiple meals out of it if I just made a big batch of mashed potatoes. So that's what I did. I cooked my potatoes. I did mine in the Instant Pot, but then once they were fully cooked, I add my seasonings. So I add butter to this, as well as some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and paprika. And I mash it together with some milk, went into this as well. And these were delicious, but my milk has been going bad really quickly lately from Aldi. I mentioned this in my grocery haul this week, but if you don't watch my grocery hauls, let me know. Have you noticed Aldi milk going bad quicker than usual lately? Because it also made my mashed potatoes go bad quicker than they normally would. To go along with that, I made some brown gravy, just the kind with the mix that you put in water, and that was it. I was going to use the mashed potatoes and the gravy for another meal that you'll see right after this one, which is some Copycat mashed potato bowls from KFC. I got this popcorn chicken on sale. It was not my intended thing I was going to get on sale, but I'm glad I did because boy, did I eat a lot of it. This was a very busy week for me, and that popcorn chicken made dinner so much easier when I realized how good it was. So I may end up getting that same brand again because it was very tasty in the air fryer. So I took some of my leftover mashed potatoes, heated those up, some cooked corn. I use frozen corn. You could also use canned. And then I also reheated this gravy. I will not be buying this brown gravy mix again. I was not a fan. It wasn't that great the first time, and then it also didn't reheat very well. It was just kind of congealed and not that great. It didn't taste bad. I just wasn't a fan of the texture of it, but I didn't want to waste it, so I did use it for this bowl as well. Then I grabbed my popcorn chicken that I had cooked in the air fryer according to the package directions, put that on top, put some cheese on there, and then once I had that together, I took it out, put it in the microwave for just about 30 seconds to melt some of that cheese. And this is the final product. I love getting these from KFC, but this was really easy at home when I already had all the ingredients. Now, as I mentioned, this was a busy week, and for me, it was my closing week at work, which means dinner doesn't happen until close to 8 p.m. So I find myself normally getting a lot of takeout unless I have convenience foods on hand or if I've meal prepped in advance. So I had chopped up all my veggies for salads in advance on my day off. I had done that so that I would not simply eat just the convenience foods all week. I at least knew I would be getting some veggies in if I was having these salads. So I had red onion, bell pepper, and cucumber chopped up. And then to this particular salad, I added some cheese on top. I had shredded carrots in a bag that I needed to use up. And then ranch and barbecue sauce and some more of that popcorn chicken from the air fryer. And I tossed all of that together, and this made for a really tasty salad. I was very skeptical about my barbecue sauce because I knew it was still good, but it came out very clumpy out of the package, and I was not expecting that. But it tasted fine in the end. It just made stuff kind of stick to my tongues when I tossed the salad together, but it was fine. It was good in the end. Definitely recommend mixing ranch and barbecue if you haven't done that before. Next up is a turkey sandwich. I had gotten a roll from the grocery store. I just got 2 rolls so that I could have 2 sandwiches throughout the week. I didn't need an entire package of rolls. My ideal version of this sandwich would be with a croissant, but they did not have any individual croissants, and I did not want a whole package because I knew I wouldn't go through a whole package. But turkey and cranberry is one of my favorite sandwiches, and I do it very simply: turkey, cranberry sauce, and provolone cheese. That's it. Because a few days had passed since I bought these rolls, I did throw it in the air fryer just to toast it up a little bit, and that worked really well. I did that before I started adding things to it. My provolone had started getting not so pretty. It wasn't moldy, but the edges were starting to get really dry, so I only had 2 pieces left in the first place. I just took the part that was not dry and put that on this sandwich and was able to finish that up out of the fridge, put my turkey on there, and then again, so glad that I had meal prepped all of my veggies because I could very easily just throw a salad with this. And then on this particular day, I was craving onion rings, so I threw a few onion rings in the air fryer and had that along with my side salad and my turkey sandwich. So good. Love a good turkey and cranberry. Next up is really random: ramen noodles. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen these packages of ramen noodles, but I have learned that the way that I make them is different than how most people make them, and that is why I'm showing this to y'all. So, most of the time after your noodles boil, you just throw the sauce packet in and you have your broth. I learned this from a friend when I was young who strained her ramen noodles and then put the seasoning packet on it. And then you get the full flavor of the chicken packet straight on your noodles. And I've eaten it this way ever since. I think I was maybe 10 years old when I saw a friend do this, and I've been eating this that way all the time since then. I haven't actually had ramen noodles though in a couple years, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the last time I had these. I think it was when I was living in the apartment that I lived in before now, but like pre-pandemic living in that apartment. So it's probably been a good 2, 3+ years since I've had ramen noodles, and I very much enjoyed this meal. And to be just slightly healthier, I added some cauliflower to it because that makes it healthy. But in all honesty, I am trying to add more veggies in, making sure I get a veggie with every meal. And that worked out for most of this week. I had either a salad with my meals or there was a veggie right in there with the meal. But the night after this, that didn't happen. This is what I refer to as 5-year-old dinner, and I am not dissing this dinner at all. It's just what I call this anytime I have any sort of chicken nugget and mac and cheese. I refer to this as 5-year-old dinner. Sometimes when I was living at home, when I would make this, I wouldn't feel like cooking, and I'd say to my dad, I just want 5-year-old dinner tonight. And we would have mac and cheese and some chicken nuggets. This day had been quite a day though, so I had had veggies at lunch. I did not feel like having them with my dinner. And the last convenience item in this video is going to be some simple Totino's Party Pizza. My favorite is the Supreme one that has the different meat and the peppers and onions on it. I threw it in the air fryer and added a little bit of fresh mozzarella cheese on top of it, served that with a salad, and that was another really easy meal.
I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and leave me a comment. Let me know what are your go-to convenience foods to get through a busy week.